Hello, and thank you for taking the time to join the University of Michigan's virtual information session. My name is Brendan Owens, and I'm the recruitment coordinator for programming at the University of Michigan's Office of Undergraduate Admissions. I'm also a very proud alumnus of the university's College of Literature, Science, and the Arts. I'm incredibly excited to talk to you today about something I'm very passionate about: the University of Michigan, our application process, and the University of Michigan community. Although we are not on campus today, we like to begin all of our programs by acknowledging the history of the land on which we now live, learn, and work. The University of Michigan is located on the territory of the Anishinaabe people. In 1817, the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi nations made the largest single land transfer to the University of Michigan, seated in the Treaty of Fort Meigs so that their children could be educated. We acknowledge the history of native displacement that allowed the University of Michigan to be founded, and today we reaffirm contemporary and ancestral Anishinaabeg ties to the land and their profound contributions to this institution. Just as we acknowledge the ancestry of the land on which we live, we also feel compelled to speak to both the reality and serious impacts of racial injustice in our country. We acknowledge the active role our university must play in the conversation addressing and combating racial and systemic injustices and forging a path towards positive change. The University of Michigan is committed to the promotion of diversity, equity, and inclusion. The University of Michigan just wrapped up its first 5-year strategic initiative entitled DEI 1.0, designed to promote those values across our campus. As part of that program, each unit at the University of Michigan has had to put forth action items to promote those values. Some of the results of that include the Go Blue Guarantee, ensuring affordability for all in-state students, the brand new Maize and Blue Food Pantry, and of course, the brand new home for our Trotter Multicultural Center. The Trotter Multicultural Center serves as a space for all students, but especially students of color, to come together and engage with one another in meaningful ways. It's previously located in a building on the outskirts of campus, but after years of student activism, the university built a brand new building right at the heart of Central Campus on State Street. That is the new home for the Trotter Multicultural Center. I think that really serves to speak to the power of the voice of the University of Michigan community. And of course, we can't speak about the Michigan community without also speaking about the greater community that we're a part of, and that's the city of Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor is a fantastic place to live and learn. It's a vibrant city of about 100,000 residents, and it's consistently ranked as a top college town and one of the top places to live, period. No matter what you're interested in doing, Ann Arbor probably offers it. If you enjoy nature, you might want to head down to the beautiful Nichols Arboretum or take a float down the Huron River. There's also plenty of music venues if you want to head to a concert, athletic venues, and over 300 restaurants in the city. Ann Arbor was recently rated as one of the best cities for foodies in America, so if you like to try new restaurants, there's plenty of that for you. It's very easy to get to Ann Arbor. We're approximately 30 minutes from Detroit Metropolitan Airport, and once you're here, it's incredibly easy to get around as well. The City of Ann Arbor buses and the University of Michigan Blue buses are completely free to all members of the University of Michigan community. That makes it easy to get between each of our 4 distinct campuses. You may find yourself on Central Campus, North Campus, at the Medical Campus, or on the Athletic Campus, but wherever you are, housing, classrooms, and university life do exist. So no matter where you find yourself on any day in Ann Arbor, you are going to have a great University of Michigan experience. And of course, this University of Michigan experience wouldn't exist without our truly amazing and diverse student population. Our students come from every county here in the state of Michigan, all 50 states, and about 100 countries across the globe. 14% of our undergraduates are members of the first-generation college student community, 17% are members of the LGBTQ+ community, and 19% of our undergraduate population are federal Pell Grant eligible. Our undergraduate population is around 31,000 students, and your first-year experience will place you in a community of around 7,000 other first-year students. Each year, our office strives to recruit, admit, and enroll students who are academically excellent, highly talented, and broadly diverse, and we're incredibly proud of how this goal reflects on the makeup of our undergraduate population at the University of Michigan. And while there are myriad reasons that these students will ultimately choose to attend the University of Michigan, one of them is certainly our reputation for academic excellence. The University of Michigan is consistently ranked as a top school regardless of the category being evaluated. We're consistently named as one of the top public universities in the US, one of the top public research institutions, and one of the best value public colleges. 70% of all majors at the University of Michigan are ranked on their top 10 lists, and 90% are ranked in their respective top 20 lists. So regardless of what you choose to study, you will receive an outstanding education at the University of Michigan. We've achieved this reputation and these accolades through continued commitment to excellence, specifically in undergraduate education. Right from day one at the University of Michigan, you will be getting a small classroom experience. Our first-year seminar courses, math, and world language courses for first-year students are capped at just 18 students. Across our campus, we have an overall 15-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio. The vast majority of our classes have fewer than 50 students enrolled in them, but if you do find yourself in one of those large format lectures, there are plenty of other ways to make a big campus feel just a little bit smaller. Office hours, study groups, and a variety of other academic resources support students' success in and out of the classroom. Michigan learning communities and theme communities are another way to make campus feel a little bit smaller by bringing together students of similar interests to live and learn together. The opportunities to collaborate with professors and other students also extend beyond the classroom, Ann Arbor, and the country through our many global opportunities. The University of Michigan is consistently ranked as a top school for study abroad as well, and there are many ways to incorporate a global experience into your undergraduate career. Our more than 600 global initiatives range from 2 to 3 weeks through a summer, a semester, and even a full year abroad. As part of these programs, it's possible to take classes, complete an internship, or even participate in research. Although these opportunities that I've highlighted are available to all of our students on campus, when applying to the University of Michigan, you do need to apply to one of our schools and colleges in particular. The University of Michigan is made up of 19 schools and colleges, all of which you can see here. The 14 that are highlighted in maize, something that you will quickly realize is one of our favorite colors here at the University of Michigan, are those that are open to our undergraduate students. The 8 that are still highlighted in maize are what we consider to be first-year admitting units, meaning those are the ones that you have the opportunity to apply to directly out of high school. The largest of those is our College of Literature, Science, and the Arts. That is our main liberal arts style college at the University of Michigan, meaning it's home to the vast majority of our majors and minors, more than 85 of them, everything from philosophy to physics to psychology to my own major here at the University of Michigan, political science. It's also home to our pre-professional study tracks, pre-health or pre-law. While we don't have specific pre-med or pre-law majors at the University of Michigan, we do have robust advising opportunities dedicated to making sure that students are successful on the respective graduate school entrance exams, and to make sure that you are meeting all prerequisite courses for those graduate programs, regardless of the major that you're studying in. It's also a great spot for our undecided students. Because it's home to the vast majority of our majors, it's a great spot for a student to really explore their interests and find out what they want to study in college. The next largest of our first-year admitting units is our College of Engineering, home to the 18 engineering majors and minors. If that sounds intimidating, don't worry. In the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts and the College of Engineering, you are not applying directly to a major. In fact, in the College of Engineering, your first year will be spent taking core math and science courses, in addition to several introductory engineering courses, such as Engineering 100. That's a project-based learning course where you have the opportunity to really get hands-on experience of what it's like to be a working engineer before you ultimately declare your major sometime in your second year on campus. The next 2 of our first-year admitting units are those that we consider to be demonstrated interest schools, nursing and kinesiology. So in addition to your general first-year application, we'll also be looking to see that you have some kind of experience in the field. This can take many different forms: volunteer work, an informational interview, shadowing a nurse or physical therapist. Whatever it is, we just want to see a little bit of background in nursing or kinesiology. Demonstrated interest in these fields is certainly important, as these are smaller schools with a structured curriculum, and courses that might not be transferable should you decide to pursue another major in a different school down the road. The next of our first-year admitting units is the School of Education, specifically the brand new LEAPS program, Learning, Equity, and Problem Solving for the Public Good. It's a first-of-its-kind undergraduate degree at the Marsall Family School of Education that prepares graduates for a wide range of career paths, including policy, community development, STEM, health sciences, education, and business. LEAP students will spend their first year as a cohort living, learning, and taking classes on the Marygrove campus in Northwest Detroit, with regular transportation to the University of Michigan's Ann Arbor campus provided. The final three of our first-year admitting units are those that we consider to be talent-based: the Stamp School of Art and Design, the School of Music, Theater, and Dance, and the Taubman College of Architecture and Urban Planning. So in addition to your application, you will also be required to complete either an audition or a portfolio which highlights your unique talents in those fields. Those will be reviewed by the experts at those schools and colleges, so you can rest assured that an expert in that field is making that decision based on your unique talents. Now, I know that I shared that you have to select a single school or college to apply to, but there is an exception to that rule. Applicants applying to one of our talent-based schools have the option to be considered for more than one school or college on campus through the dual application process. So if you're applying to a talent-based school, you do have the option to submit a dual application to another school or college within the University of Michigan. This is only for our talent-based programs. You could not, for example, submit a dual application to the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts and the College of Engineering, as those are both academic programs. If you apply for a dual application through one of these talent-based programs, your application will undergo two separate admissions reviews, and you will receive two separate decisions at potentially two separate times. You could be admitted to both, denied from both, or admitted into one or not the other. Students admitted into their talent program can still certainly pursue a dual degree option as a U of M student as well. I'm sure plenty of you out there are interested in studying business, education, dental hygiene, informatics, pharmacy, or public policy in college. Well, the University of Michigan has top-ranked programs in each of those as well, and those are what we consider to be upper-level programs at the University of Michigan. These are the other of our undergraduate students that are not considered to be first-year admitting. If you're interested in one of these, you would enter the university through a first-year admitting unit, and then at the end of your first or second year on campus, you would apply for what's known as a cross-campus transfer into one of these programs. If your school or college of interest is still highlighted on the screen, that means it participates in something known as preferred admissions. That's an opportunity for you to indicate on your initial application to the University of Michigan your interest in later on transferring into that upper-level program. That connects you with unique academic advising opportunities, seminars, and other career networking opportunities to engage more with the upper level program and ensure that you're taking the steps needed to meet the prerequisite requirements to gain your admission when you transfer into that program. Out of these, the Ross School of Business Preferred Admissions Program operates a little bit differently. It participates in what is known as a two-tiered admissions process. So, if you're interested in the Ross School of Business, you must first apply to and be admitted to a first-year admitting unit. If you're admitted, your application will be forwarded to the admissions team at the Ross School of Business, where they will review your materials, including the required business portfolio, to determine if they'd like to offer you admissions. If you're granted admission to the Ross School of Business as a Literature, Science, and the Arts student, you will forfeit your place in the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts and start in the Ross School of Business as a first-year student. If you're admitted to the Ross School of Business as a Kinesiology or College of Engineering student, you'll work on prerequisite courses your first year in that unit and be guaranteed a space to start in the Ross School of Business as a second-year student on campus. If you are not admitted to the Ross School of Business, your admission still stands to the first-year admitting unit that you were admitted to, and we would love to have you on campus as a Wolverine. Now, I know that I shared earlier that Literature, Science, and the Arts and College of Engineering students start at the University of Michigan as undeclared and are not admitted into a specific major. However, this is no longer the case specifically for the computer science major. If you are positive that you want to major in computer science, you now have the opportunity to select advanced selection into computer science at the time of your application. If you select advanced selection in computer science, either in the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts or the College of Engineering, you will be first reviewed for that school or college and then considered for computer science separately and will receive a separate decision for specifically computer science. If you are not admitted to computer science, you are still welcome to join the University of Michigan in your first year admitting unit, but you will need to study something different. If you're not sure that computer science is exactly what you want to study, then don't worry and don't select this option on the application. We are reserving spaces for students who discover a love for computer science once they get to campus as part of our Enrolled Discoverers program. The reason that we do this is to make sure that all students are getting a fantastic University of Michigan experience, especially in computer science, which is our most popular major. Now, with all of this discussion about the University of Michigan and our programs and offerings, you might be wondering how to apply. We are members of the Common Application, so that is what you will use to submit your first year application to the University of Michigan. Part of that application, we do have a few required and optional items. Certainly that first year application, as well as the University of Michigan specific questions and essays. We'll also need that school report and an academic evaluation from your high school guidance office. We'll need any transcripts you have, both high school and dual enrollment, and that $75 application fee or application fee waiver. We do have a few optional items as well, including our COVID natural disaster essay and test scores. The University of Michigan is remaining test flexible for the 2023-2024 application cycle, but we have not made a decision about subsequent application years. Don't worry, we will come back to this in this presentation. For now, though, after you submit all of these materials, you will be sent a link to set up your Enrollment Connect portal. Enrollment Connect is what allows you to track your application to make sure that you have all required items submitted by the deadline. It's also where you will view your decision, pay your enrollment deposit, and conduct other application and admissions related business. Speaking of deadlines and important dates, you want to make sure that you do submit your application and all required materials on time. Our non-binding early action deadline is November 1st. Students who apply by that date will receive a decision sometime by the end of January. Our regular decision deadline is February 1st, and students who apply by that date will receive their decision sometime by early April. The School of Music, Theater, and Dance and the Taubman College of Architecture and Urban Planning have their own unique deadlines, so you'll want to check in with those programs specifically to make sure that you are submitting all required materials by their own dates. All required materials, not just the application, must be received by the deadline to make sure that we can review your application for either early action or regular decision. Now, the University of Michigan received applications from over 80,000 first-year applicants last year, so I'm sure you're wondering exactly how we determine who we are going to offer admissions to. Our review process is holistic in nature. Each year, we are looking to enroll an academically excellent, highly talented, and broadly diverse incoming class. We're really looking to enroll the next generation of the leaders and the best from across the state, the country, and the globe. So we need to understand what that looks like in your individual high school community. So as part of that holistic review process, we really are looking at the context of your application and your high school experience. Your application is also reviewed by multiple people in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions, so you can feel confident that your application is receiving full consideration. While we look at many factors in the review process, your academic preparation certainly serves as the foundation. The GPA that you see here listed is an unweighted GPA on a 4.0 scale. We recalculate all GPAs that we receive using all of your graded work from 9th through 11th grades. We do not have a minimum GPA required for admission to the University of Michigan. We're also going to look at your grades within the context of the courses you elected at your high school. As a 4.0 student who did not challenge the curriculum available to them at their high school may not be as competitive of a candidate at the University of Michigan. So we're looking to see what your curriculum means in context. For example, we're looking to see that you're taking the most challenging curriculum available to you. That could be honors, advanced placement, or international baccalaureate courses, but we also understand that not every high school offers the same curriculum. So we really are just looking to see that you have taken the most challenging courses available to you. We'll certainly look at any dual enrollment courses that you have as well, so make sure you submit those dual enrollment transcripts. We're looking to see that you're taking 4 to 5 academic courses in the core academic subjects listed on the right side of the screen. And our most competitive candidates will have 20 or more core academic courses in 9th through 12th grade. We're also looking to see if your curriculum aligns with the requirements of the school or college to which you are applying within the University of Michigan. Across the board, we do require 4 years of English language study as a high school student. In the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, we do require at least a 2-year proficiency in a world language, and it's strongly recommended for our other first-year admitting units. The College of Engineering requires chemistry, physics, and 4 years of math, including algebra and pre-calculus. And nursing and kinesiology strongly recommend 4 years of math and science, including chemistry, biology, and statistics for the School of Kinesiology. The last piece we consider as we're assessing your academic fit for the University of Michigan is the test score information that you choose to share with us at the time of your application. As I said before, the University of Michigan is remaining test flexible through the 2023-2024 admission cycle. We have not yet made a decision about subsequent admissions years. What that means for you as an applicant is that you can choose whether to apply with or without a standardized test score such as an ACT or SAT score. Students will not be penalized if they choose to be considered without test scores. If a student chooses to apply without an ACT or SAT score, they can still certainly choose to submit other test scores that they may have, such as AP or IB exam scores. We do use a student's best super score in the evaluation process if a student chooses to submit test scores, so if you decide to apply with your ACT or SAT, be sure to submit all sittings of the test so that we can give you the most competitive super score available. There are always plenty of questions about the test flexible process, so I encourage students to really think about their test score. As with all parts of our admissions process, the test score evaluation is just one piece of that academic puzzle to determine your fit for the University of Michigan. It's also reviewed holistically and in context. So if you feel that your test score is a good reflection of your place in your high school community and your academic preparation, consider submitting it because more information is not going to be a detriment to you in the review process. That being said, you will not be penalized if you choose to apply without a test score either. So it really does come down to the applicant's own choice. The University of Michigan receives more applications from academically qualified students than we're ultimately able to admit, so we're also looking beyond academics at personal factors to help us determine fit within the University of Michigan community. As we have a very active and engaged student body, we also want to know about what you're passionate about outside of the classroom. One of the ways we do that is looking at your extracurricular involvement. We understand that that can certainly mean clubs or organizations or high school athletics, but we know that your lives exist well beyond the walls of your school. So that can also be part-time jobs, religious involvements, or family responsibilities. Whatever you do when you're not in the classroom learning, we want to hear about it on your application. We also want to know about what makes you you. So be sure to tell us about any leadership, awards, honors, or other accolades that you might have. Another way in which we're able to learn more about you as a student and as a person is through our required letter of recommendation. We require one academic recommendation from someone that can speak directly to the student's academic aptitude, potential, and performance in the classroom. I'd also encourage you to be strategic about who you ask. Maybe a teacher who also advises a club that you're a part of would be a good fit, as they can speak to you both in and out of the classroom. We're also flexible. If you feel that someone other than a teacher can better speak to your strengths, such as a CBO advisor, club advisor, or a coach, we will accept this recommendation in place of the teacher recommendation. We do also require your official school report sent in by your high school counselor. This is not a letter of recommendation, although they are welcome to submit one as well if they would like to. This is just a little bit more information about your high school that provides us with the context that's helpful in assessing your performance. Finally, because we received applications from over 80,000 students, we can't grant interviews with our applicants. However, we do want to hear your voice in the review process and learn a little bit more about your perspective and ideas. And the way we do that is through our essays. Of course, there's the required Common Application essay. That goes out to every school you apply to using the Common Application, so please don't make it University of Michigan specific. And that's because you have plenty of opportunities to speak directly about the University of Michigan in our 2 University of Michigan specific essay questions. The first one, the community essay, is asking you about a community that you're a part of and what it will lend to our campus community if you are admitted. The second one is pretty simple. Why Michigan? What makes you want to go blue? That can really be anything, professors who teach here, programs we offer, or you can do what I did. I wrote about my experience with the University of Michigan and the information session and how I engaged with the University of Michigan as a prospective student. Whatever it is that makes you want to be a part of the Michigan community, tell us about it, because that's what we want to learn about you. We do also still have our optional essay if you feel that you were unusually impacted by COVID-19 or some other disaster in your high school experience. That's really your opportunity to tell us about it so we can have that additional context as we review your application. Once we complete this holistic review of your application, you will receive one of 3 decisions from the University of Michigan. The first one is deny. That means at this point, we don't feel that the University of Michigan is the best fit, but we'd encourage you to consider us as a potential transfer applicant after completing at least 1 semester of college work elsewhere. Postpone is an option for our early action applicants only, meaning we have read your application and we feel that you are a qualified candidate, but before making a final decision, we want to consider your application against our regular decision pool. This also allows you the opportunity to share your first term senior year grades, as well as an optional expression of continued interest form via the Enrollment Connect portal. The final admissions decision is admit. That means pack your bags and go blue. We'd love to have you on campus as part of the Michigan community in the fall. Make sure you secure your spot by May 1st by paying your enrollment deposit or requesting a fee waiver via your Enrollment Connect portal. Your first introduction to our campus community is likely going to be with your housing experience. Housing is guaranteed for all of our first-year students in one of our 18 fantastic residence halls. That being said, it is never required. In a typical year, 97% of our incoming first-year students do opt to live on campus in a residence hall. In my own personal experience, it was a great way to build my Michigan community right from day one. You can also get involved in our campus community by joining one of our many student organizations and extracurricular activities. We have more than 1,600 student organizations on campus. Everything from community service organizations to intramural sports to musical ensembles. I was a member of the Michigan Marching Band during my time here, and even a Mario Kart racing club. So whatever it is that you're passionate about, you can continue to do it at the University of Michigan and build your Michigan community around your passions. You can check out the Maze pages online to see a full list of what we have available. And if somehow among those more than 1,600 student organizations, we don't have something that you're looking for, gather a group of friends and you can be our 1,601st. However, I'm not sure anything highlights the school spirit of our campus community better than our students cheering on the maize and blue on game days here at the University of Michigan. Each year, the Michigan Wolverines compete for Big Ten and national titles. And even if you don't consider yourself to be a big fan of sports, many students still find themselves enjoying the spirited atmosphere on a football Saturday, or while watching Michigan advance in the men's or women's March Madness NCAA tournaments. Tickets to the majority of our sporting events are free to students, with the exceptions being football, men's basketball, and men's ice hockey. That being said, tickets are still extremely affordable. It's one of the benefits of having the largest venue for watching sports anywhere in North America right in your own backyard. It truly is great to be a Michigan Wolverine. With opportunities such as these, it's no wonder that students who choose to attend the University of Michigan have a great experience in their first year and choose to return for subsequent years. We have a 97% first-year retention rate and a 93% graduation rate. And the University of Michigan sets students up for success well beyond their time in Ann Arbor as well, with over 93% of our new graduates being employed within 6 months after graduation. One of the things that contributes to our student retention and success rates is our commitment to keeping the cost of a Michigan education affordable to all of our students. All students are automatically considered for most merit-based scholarships at the University of Michigan. If you'd like to be considered for need-based aid, you'll need to submit the FAFSA and the CSS profile as well. If you have questions about financial aid, I would encourage you to reach out to the Office of Financial Aid. They are a great resource and have Zoom and phone advising available to students to make sure that you are engaging with the financial aid process in the best way possible. I hope you've learned a little bit more about the University of Michigan today and encourage you to remain engaged with us, certainly on our social media. As a former University of Michigan campus tour guide, I feel obligated to call out that UMich Tour Guide's Instagram account, but really all of these social media platforms are a great way to remain engaged with the process, but also to learn a little bit more about the University of Michigan and see what it's like to be a real Michigan student and what's going on campus on any given day. While you're online, I'd also encourage you to check out the virtual resources located on our website, such as this information session that you just watched, our 360-degree virtual campus tour, or maybe by participating in one of our post-information session Q&A Zoom webinars that engage you with our student staff as well as members of the Michigan admissions team. You can also find your assigned admissions counselor on our website who serves as your point of contact throughout the Michigan admissions process. Thank you all so much for taking the time to engage with the University of Michigan today. I hope you found this helpful and informative. And of course, forever and always, go blue.